Coming up in today's video, we visit the most eccentric house you might ever see. It is in the Cotswolds in Gloucestershire. First, we explore its many rooms which are packed full of the most amazing curiosities, many of them gathered during one man's lifetime, and afterwards we explore the exquisite and equally eccentric gardens. Well, good morning, friends.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us again. We do appreciate it. So today, where have we come, Ant?
Snowshill Manor.
And where is Snowshill Manor?
In the Cotswolds, I think.
It is indeed. We're in Gloucestershire. Very beautiful autumnal day in Gloucestershire. Snowshill Manor is a very unusual 16th century manor house. It's absolutely packed with one man's lifetime collection of beautiful objects. How many objects were in there?
9,000.
9,000. So if you'd like to see some of this fairy tale house,
Let's go.
Snowshill Manor is a place like no other. A world away from the ordinary. It was the very unconventional home of the eccentric collector Charles Wade. Set in the idyllic Cotswolds village of Snowshill, he used the 16th century manor's architectural features to very dramatic effect to display his ever-growing obsession with all things beautiful and odd. Charles Wade created an experience for the visitor like no other. Snowshill is a place filled with colour and intrigue. It is a delight for the senses. Outside, the garden is an extension of the manor, set out in a series of rooms with the most wonderful far-reaching views, with the added delight of Wolf's Cove model village, which really took us by surprise. Let's talk a little more about the man himself, Charles Paget Wade. Until the 1860s, Charles Wade's ancestors lived on the island of St Kitts, which was then a British colony in the West Indies. Charles Wade was born in 1883, and when he was 7 years old, he was sent to live with his grandmother in Great Yarmouth. His Granny Spencer lived a very Spartan life, and she was strict with Charles, but she also owned many interesting artifacts and curiosities which she kept in an 18th century lacquered cabinet. She would allow Charles to open the cabinet with its single magic key every Sunday so that he could marvel at the objects inside. The cabinet was of great sentimental value to Charles and was thought to be the inspiration for his own collecting obsession. After the First World War, Charles purchased Snowshill Manor and gardens. It was in a terrible state. He restored the house and turned the farmyard into an arts and crafts garden with the help of his friend Mackay Hugh Bailey Scott. While Charles' ever-growing collection took pride of place inside the manor house, Charles set up home in the small priest's house in the garden. He enjoyed entertaining many famous friends at Snowshill, including J.B. Priestley, Graham Greene and Virginia Woolf. He even played host to Queen Mary. Charles was in his 60s when he met his future wife, Mary Graham, a priest's daughter. They would marry in 1946 and lived at Snows Hill, but they increasingly spent more time in St Kitts. During a visit back to England in 1956, Charles took ill and died on the 28th of June the same year. Mary lived on for many years, living in the nearby village of Broadway. It was Charles' wish that Snowshill Manor should pass into the care of the National Trust, and this happened in 1952, thus safeguarding his lifetime's collection. During our visit to Snowshill Manor, we were completely mesmerised by the sheer volume of artefacts inside the house. It is filled with paintings, figurines, cabinetry, and artefacts from every continent. However, they all sit together remarkably well in this very theatrical setting. This small panelled room was incredible, filled with musical instruments. Charles obviously had a passion for certain things at certain times in his life. From almost every window in the house there is a beautiful view, but the best views were to come as we went downstairs, leaving the house and entering the very eccentric gardens. As you exit Snowshill Manor, you are faced with the priest's cottage in the garden. This is where Charles Wade lived. It is very small, but very eccentric, just like the man himself. It was cosy and filled to the brim with things that he had collected. His bedroom contains many religious artefacts and had a very ecclesiastical feel. The bed is encased in panelling and must have been very cosy, especially in winter. A few steps away from the bedroom was Charles Wade's bathroom. He had all the mod cons of the time, including a bath, sink and toilet. Well, we have just been inside Snowshill Manor, and what a place! It's absolutely crammed with the most amazing objects. It's certainly got an eye for the theatrical, some incredible samurai type costumes and very ornate pieces of furniture. It certainly didn't disappoint. I have to say, it's only open for 2 hours a day, so there's literally a huge queue of people wanting to look around. So I do apologise if the footage is a little shaky, but we were literally in a procession. We are enjoying strolling around this beautiful garden, and it's every bit as eclectic as the house inside. We're just strolling past a little model village, but the house sits beautifully in this Cotswold countryside, and it must have been the most idyllic place to live. So you get a really good view of the manor house from here. Obviously a lot of the architectural details inside are hidden by the vast collection, but it's a beautiful old house. There are so many quirky little outbuildings, and you can see that they've all been touched by the same hand. They're all very unusual. Well, this has definitely been the busiest National Trust house we've ever visited. It is a constant procession of people, so we will give you a tip. If you're going to visit Snowshill Manor, try and make it on a weekday. So we hope you enjoyed looking around there with us. We're going to try and find the coffee shop now. Well, I'm trying something different. I am going to have a curried cauliflower pasty. Really, that's because that's all they've got left. It's so busy here. Ant has got a cheese and onion pasty. Well, the curried cauliflower pasty is a revelation. It's actually really tasty. Ant, give me a verdict on the cheese and onion pasty.
Well, I like cheese and I like onion, so it's a winner.
Well, that concludes our tour of Snowshill Manor in Gloucestershire.
It was a very interesting place.
It was a very interesting visit for us.
Like a hoarder's house.
It definitely was like a hoarder's house. So many things.
9,000 objects to look at.
That's right. And the lady that let us into the house said that there's even more things that they just cannot get out. There's just so much of it. So we really hope you enjoyed looking around Snowshill with us. We really enjoyed it. If you did,
give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment and ring the bell.
Please do, guys. You know, we love to hear from you, and we hope this video found you well, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye. Bye.